finally the X-Men movie everyone has been waiting for. Even though it doesn't have Nightcrawler. Or Gambit. We're gonna let that go. X-Men. Back to the Future. We've got Bryan Singer back, the director of the first 2 X-Men movies, and in my opinion, the only 2 good X-Men movies. The thing I like about the first 2 X-Men movies is that they just feel a little bit more grounded, they're more character-centric, and they're just not as silly as the other ones. This X-Men movie gets back to those roots. That being said, this is about time travel. So it's the future and everything sucks. It's basically the first few minutes of Terminator 2. There's these giant robots called Sentinels, and they are the perfect mutant killing machine. You see them killing all these mutants, and it's dark and it's depressing. Wolverine, Magneto, Storm, a bunch of other X-Men, they come together with a solution because Kitty Pryde can send people back through time, which I didn't know that. Could Kitty Pryde, who's also Ellen Page, always send people back through time? Shh. Don't ask questions. So they all sit down and have a nice little exposition meeting, and everyone's like, Professor X, how are you still alive again? Shh. Don't ask questions. So they realize they have to send Wolverine back to the 1970s to stop Mystique from killing Peter Dinklage. You see, Peter Dinklage is a scientist who invented the Sentinels, and his death is what triggers them becoming the evil mutant killers. So Wolverine has to team up with young Professor X, played by James McAvoy, and he's all depressed, and he's listening to the Smiths alone in his mansion. And then with the help of Quicksilver, who's awesome, they have to get Magneto out of jail so he can help. And then the Beast also comes along. Man, there's a lot of characters in this movie. But that's probably the best thing about this movie. Every character is handled really well. They all get their own awesome moments. There's a lot of turmoil between young Professor X and Magneto, which is some of the best stuff in the movie. Although looking back on it, there really wasn't a whole lot of reason to get Magneto out of prison just so he can help. I mean, if you're going to convince Mystique not to kill someone, don't you think you probably should just leave Magneto out of it? I mean, the guy doesn't have the best track record. He may be good for a little while, but he's always probably just gonna go back to killing people. So we're constantly going from the future to the past. Time travel movies are usually in general like, just don't think about it too hard, because if you do, it will all fall apart. So it doesn't spend too much time on the sciencey part. But once again, this movie is all about characters. The only one who I thought wasn't really given it enough was Mystique. Mostly because she's kind of just a plot device, but Jennifer Lawrence does a fine job playing her. So much good performance in this movie. Michael Fassbender, Peter Dinklage, Ian McKellen, Ellen Page, that one guy who plays the Beast. I don't know who you are, but you're pretty good. Huge jacked man who I'm starting to worry about a little bit because he's looking kind of veiny. I was complaining a little bit about no Nightcrawler in this movie, but they kind of did make up for it a little bit with the character of Quicksilver. He has easily one of the best sequences in the movie, and then they just send him home. Like, guys, what are you doing? Don't you think we could probably use him at some point? I also really like that this movie kind of takes everything that happened in X-Men The Last Stand and more or less fixes it. It's almost like the X-Men franchise got drunk and now it's apologizing for its behavior. Is this the best X-Men movie so far? Maybe. I think it's certainly the most fun. I don't think it quite goes above and beyond. Like, I've yet to see an X-Men movie that's the same caliber as the Avengers or the Dark Knight. But this movie hits all the right notes and I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm gonna give it a B+. That Wolverine, he never ages or changes. Unless, of course, you watch the other X-Men movies. Yeah.